wonder if there's a way to like minimize bars and like make his bigger.
I think you put me full
Make
screen.
sure you like double click his screen so it stays. I think that's what I just did.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you don't.
I gotta full screen this on this side.
Yes.
Oh.
This is fine. I can play War Thunder at 10 FPS.
Oh. You gotta read it, Jake.
Do I have to read it out loud, all of them?
Yes.
Wait, no, we should each take certain characters.
I'll read Mayo when she appears. So right now I'll be Larry.
I'll read who I'm told to read because I don't know
Who
the
should
character.
No,
Nico
you
should
be
go.
Larry.
Okay.
Nico should be Phoenix, honestly.
Oh, I feel like you're the most capable of being Phoenix.
Alright. Well, I was gonna take Edgeworth.
So go my Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, am I nervous. Wait, who's this?
I have to be here. Right.
Oh, hiya, Chief.
Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case?
Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
Some might say that's a conflict of interest.
Yes, definitely.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
It's green, so no one has to read it right now.
Isn't that your client screaming over there?
Yep, that's him.
Sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah. Nico, this is you.
Nick!
Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What?
What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away.
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Do I say the thinking bits out loud?
If you want to.
I'm gonna make thinking noises, because he's thinking, he's not saying it. My name is Phoenix Wright.
Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school.
Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, It's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck.
But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name.
And that's just what I'm going to do.
Dun, dun, dun. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Theo, you're the judge, by the way.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh,
know
that's
it.
perfect.
Theo's definitely the judge.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
Wait,
The
who's that?
prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client.
Uh-oh.
Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes. Your Honor.
Wow. Hands shaking.
That's
I
right,
say-
He's
say
thinking,
it.
Stormy.
Whoa.
I like saying it.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Who is it?
Larry Butts.
Sorry, you know this one.
Well, I know I do, but
It is Larry Butts. The
I
defendant?
know.
Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
I know this one. Glad I read the case report to cover so many times. It's
Wait. Uh-oh. Oh.
no way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Don't you even know the victim's name?
Oh, I forgot to say that.
I just forgot. Temporarily.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record.
Hey, you didn't say that with an orange accent there.
Oh. Just touch the court record button to check at any time, okay? Remember to check it off and do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case?
Alright,
Who is
Nico, what
the
do I do?
victim?
Court record. Click the court record.
What am I looking
Go
at?
to the paper. It's her name's Cindy.
Cindy.
Received from me if it. Loss of blood, dude. Okay. Go back. Okay, go. Her name's Cindy.
Which one?
Cindy Stone.
Wow.
Cindy Block.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
Were you paying attention? It was
I read that one.
Yes.
What was it?
It was hit with a blunt object.
Hit with a blunt, baby.
She was struck once by a
She
blunt
bled out.
object.
Correct. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
Bitch, that wasn't it. It wasn't
Congratulations.
your job anyways.
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
love
Honor.
tutorials.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then,
I think Phoenix.
first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. I am not under fire right now. Would you explain to the court just what the object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record.
Torpedoes in the water.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help with your client's case. You'll get a chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Harry gets excited easily.
This could be bad.
Uh-oh.
It's
It's Larry.
Years.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it. Lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Judge. Judge.
Oh, I was muted when I was speaking.
Oh no.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies.
Oh yeah. Daddy's sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Living the dream.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. Don't think you want to give... Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
Wait and see what happens.
Wait and see what happens? Alright. Might be better not to get involved in this one.
Well, Mr. Butts,
Dude, no way. That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Gulp.
Well, Did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh. He went. What do I do?
Have him answer honestly. I'm on the podium. I gotta do it. I'm under oath.
Alright. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell
The truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts,
Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so like, I didn't see her.
Objection! Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
lying.
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that
The man-
simplifies
Oh,
matters.
I-
Who is the witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Schwitt to the stand.
Wait, who's this guy?
Another Nico voice.
Okay, Nico, this is you.
I didn't read that.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Oh,
Ooh, paying attention now.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court case. Court record.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
Alright, right, this is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Good job, Phoenix.
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
Hold the key. It's in the evidence.
Is the key in the evidence?
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Damn.
Now, Nico, you don't have to read everything he says here because it's just a repeat, okay?
Okay.
Going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing from the apartment.
What do you want me to do, Nico?
What are the options?
Well, I can continue going along, seeing what he says.
I thought he must be in a hurry because I left the door half open behind him.
You can go over
Where's-
here and see all the evidence.
Okay, and what is the press?
This
Is that,
one?
like, accuse him of lying, basically?
No,
This is
it's
the
like
one to
basically
get more
trying to get.
information.
You're milking the info.
Oh, okay. How many times do we get? Oh, 1, 2, 3. So we get 5. Five
Five.
presses?
No, you can press pretty much as many times as you want.
Those are just as many times as you can fuck up before you lose. Question, the exclamation marks at the top.
Yeah. What are those? Like, what's a fuck up?
If you present evidence that's not right,
Oh,
at the
okay.
wrong
Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment.
Okay. Go again.
Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
Press.
press.
Hold it.
Are you sure she was dead?
No, I guess I wasn't.
Stormy, that's not you.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
Nico.
well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere.
I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next?
I quailed and found myself unable to go inside. Next.
Press!
Oh, Theo, you want me to press that?
No.
Press this one.
Alright.
Hold it.
I was gonna let him do the holding it and objecting for me. You thought to call the police?
Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? We wanted to press on the next line. How did he know if he didn't want to go inside the apartment?
You want me to press it?
You're right. Yes.
Sorry.
I'm letting him hold it for me. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Boy, witness.
Oh, yes. I mean, no, it wasn't. Right.
But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you?
Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
Yo, prosecution. Oh my god, the prosecution isn't talking.
Prosecution dead.
I got messaged by Dylan. 1 second.
You guys, just to be sure, you guys can't hear
the
this,
phone
right?
wasn't working, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What happened next?
Can you go to... Oh, can we look at the evidence before,
Yeah.
we...
You can click present and then you can go through them here. You want me to
go
click?
over the blackout record? Is that all we can see of it? Is that all it gives us?
Sometimes you
Noon
get
to
bigger
9
evidence things with
PM
a
the
check
day of the
button,
crime.
but This one is just this.
From noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay. Go
Can we
back.
look at all the evidence?
Is there anything else you want to look at here before I go back?
Just look at it all, yeah.
Okay, I'll start at this. This is an attorney's badge.
Okay. Time of death 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, noon to 6. Okay. Cause of death. Statute machine. Okay. Okay.
And then this one.
Okay.
I already know the stuff for this one.
Alright. You ready to keep going?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What do you want me to do next?
Go ahead. Just keep going. And the time was... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait, hold on. The time of death, it said... Go to present again?
Okay.
And then go to... What's the second one?
The autopsy report?
Yeah, present that. Because he said at the time
Present
of
it?
1 p.m. Yeah, because it says time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
I'm just making just yes or no. You don't have to explain why.
Yeah, present.
Objection!
Objection.
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Psst, witness.
Witness.
Yes! It was 1 p.m. for certain!
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Oh, that! Oh,
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sowett, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Sorry. See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Witness testimony.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m.
Wait,
Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
there's already a contradiction in that.
I see.
You know this one, though, Stormy.
You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Sorry. Right. You know what to do.
I've
You
got
got
this
this.
one. Alright, what do you guys want me to do here?
Go next. Alright, press.
Are you sure it was a television and not a radio?
Always with the good questions. Witness.
Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only the one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified he heard the time. Wait.
Next.
Come on, Nico.
I'm thinking. So if she died, or next.
Theo, feel free to answer too.
Next. Okay. Go to present. I want to look at the evidence.
He's not sorry.
Present something at the sorry.
Go to the passport.
Does the witness have access to the time of death?
We told them the time of death because he said that he found the body at like 1 p.m., but the time of her death was between 4 and 5 p.m.
I don't know. I'm stuck.
Nico?
Can I answer it?
No. Nico, what do you do when you're stuck?
Think about it more.
Think about it more? Press. You want me to press him saying sorry?
No. Go back. Back. Okay, back.
Back further, this
Did
one?
we already press this?
No,
Which
it's
one? A video? He's the dumbest person.
Okay,
Yo,
go.
wait.
Oh, yes, that would explain why the timer's wrong.
True.
right. I think the problem lies someplace else.
We're agreed that you heard the time at the scene then.
Go to present again. What's the one at the very bottom?
Blackout report.
There it is. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so if the electricity is out, yeah, then okay, present.
Right here?
Yeah, present it.
Noon to 6 p.m., which would have been...
Hold it right there.
The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Ah!
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sout?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sout,
Okay, you're changing how you pronounce
the
that.
court
The
would
judge is
prefer
wrong,
to
man.
hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
That and you.
Oh, that's me. That, and you seem rather distraught.
I'd be distraught with this judge too. Oh my god.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sout. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Witness testimony. Hearing the time. Mr.
Okay.
Sawit.
Oh, actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. What is he saying? What the fuck?
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly.
Wait, he saw a clock? He said something about... Okay, actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. Okay, go again. There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there. What? What does that mean? There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there. Oh,
Like,
wasn't there. Oh, yeah, like, wasn't there. Okay, nice. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. What is that?
Press it.
Go. Yeah, press it.
The murder weapon?
Oh, this one's easy. Okay, go. Go ahead.
Nico, you gotta talk.
Oh, yes! The table clock that was used as a weapon! That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something?
Rude.
Something's fishy here.
Wait, can we present the murder weapon?
I mean, it is there.
Why don't we do that?
Go back
You
the
wanna
line
present
and
it here?
present
Present
it.
it. Alright.
The killer used it to hit the victim? Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Wait just a moment.
The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
Hey, you, with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time aloud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes. Well, okay, wait.
Do you
Let's think
have-
about. Well, if the neck is a switch, that means it would have to be switched in order for the clock to say the time,
Yeah.
right? So yes.
So yes, alright.
You're wrong. There is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony.
There's a gaping hole. Wait, never mind.
The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly,
A contradiction.
Indeed.
the witness knew it was a clock because he...
Went into the apartment.
Alright. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Air fluid.
Witness.
Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove it when you need it!
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
Oh.
You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Saab, The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless?
Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. What? I heard no. Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death.
Oh God.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound from the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. Wow, you thought for pretty long.
The sound Mr. Solid heard was definitely this clock. The fact is clear, which is clear if you simply...
Try sounding the clock.
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor?
May I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Bleep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ack!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Solid heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Solid, try to talk your way out of this one.
Ha! 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 You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder?
Ugh!
If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right.
How am I going to prove that?
Damn it.
I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. I mean, hasn't he, he's already vindicated his client.
I think this judge is still
You
a little
finally-
on the slower side.
Like,
You
he's
finally understand what I mean, Theo, that you have to find someone else guilty or else there's no not guilty verdict. Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sout.
Solid. I don't know.
Ahem.
I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you.
What?
There's nothing I can do about it now.
Hello?
He's a terrible lawyer.
Not so fast, Mr. Sowit.
Mia, I mean, Chief.
Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over.
I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah.
Stormy, you know this one.
I know I do.
Yo, Nico/Theo, I need you guys to answer this.
I mean, I
Why
can't.
would there be a time discrepancy?
Probably because this is the passport. They were out of the country or something like that. He
Yeah,
has a clock with him.
Do you want me to say yes or no?
Yes.
Wait,
Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere you can prove it, right?
present attorney's badge.
Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Here, you can have it.
you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Witness.
Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was
passport.
running slow.
Passport.
Present this, Nico.
I think.
Alright, we're ripping it then. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. I don't know that, so apparently everyone knows.
Apparently, everybody else would have.
When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Oh shit.
Oh, Mr. Saw it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me sign into iTunes.
Oh my god, he's dead. Order! Order, I say!
I understand the witness just died.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected.
Wait, did he faint or did he drink poison?
I think I'm gonna assume he just fainted.
Oh.
Mr. Payne, your client.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Guilty!
Not guilty.
Why don't they just
and they
say
had
innocent?
confetti just waiting for that. And with that, the court has adjourned. Is adjourned.
Turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He passed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And that plays the cutscene, I guess. No other words.
Whew. I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there.
She's so nice.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is wait, what was his voice again?
I don't know.
It was just kind of like a loud, regular voice of yours.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I mean bad.
Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever! Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh no, I couldn't.
Hey,
I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present.
A murder weapon. Present
You won't
for
need
me.
this anymore in your court case.
Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Aw.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to just cry? So,
So,
Doesn't actually say so. Larry.
disappointed. Are you so sure?
squeeze me.
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? You have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
The statue! We don't need this to pertain to the case whatsoever, so I can say the statue.
Let's take that as friend.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Ahem. Mr.
Your
Bud,
butt.
Where'd you get that clock?
this is the clock you made for her, Larry.
She took it with her when she traveled.
She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling.
Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. To defeat the beast, you must defeat the beast within. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong.
Listen and learn.
Live and learn. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
Oh, wait, why did it fade to black
Well,
if he was just
I think
talking
our
all the
work
time?
is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying the part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Oh shit.
Ooh. And so, my first trial came to a close.
Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay me.
Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident.
And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry.
Would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
It's not over. The
shit.
game keeps going.
No, it's multiple
Yeah, that's
chapters.
the entire game. It's just that one case.
Why do you think there was such a long tutorial? This whole part was a tutorial.
Wait, it was all. That was all a
Wait,
tutorial.
I want episode 2. I don't know why I put it there.
But it's 8:07 though.
Ring.
Yeah, we can just, like, we could do the intro to this and stop if you want.
Okay.
Hello, this is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How you been? Well, lonely, and it's your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you?
Wait, guys.
Sharp as always.
Can we stop here actually? Because I need to make food and then go to my friend's place.
Okay, let me just... We'll finish the phone call.
There's a lot of buzz of the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers in it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight? Say 9 to pick it up. I'll be in pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis. But I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Oh, God. Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Alright, so should I save here, Nico?
Yes, please.
Okay.
My friend just texted me to come over, and I'm like, I can't, I like to shower still.
How do I stop sharing screen then?
Press
Stop
the
sharing
button.
screen. There we go.
Okay, I'll be on a little later tonight, probably like, I don't know, like midnight or something like that.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Good luck
Bye.
and don't die.